Last week on episode 11 of Degens and Dragons, in the middle of skewering Dao Master Jez's vampiric heart on Satoshi's quarterstaff, a strange gnome wandered into the room. They introduced themselves as Coyne Flipper and promptly demonstrated their humor and musical talents for the bloodstained party, both of which were sufficient for adventurers to not only give Coyne the distinguishment of being the first cultist they encountered and didn't kill, but also invite them to join. As they further explored Dao Master Jez's quarters, they discovered a secret door underneath his bed that led to a mailroom of sorts, which contained a plethora of correspondence, most notably among them a letter from Strahd of Barovia, chastising Jez for his foolhardy plans to help Lim Lazul. After discovering this new information and questioning Coyne for more details, the party decided to return to Serendale. On the road to Serendale, the party discovered a large pack of angry geese. Coyne, who loved geese, promptly ran into them despite their hostility and began a calming song of sleep. Almost half the geese now slept, but many remained awake and honked angrily at Coyne. Satoshi and Vela remained at a distance, though they wanted to help their new friend, untrained in the ways of geese wrangling, and worried they would do more harm than good with their weapons. The druid Rough Ripper ran to aid the gnome. As he approached the enraged geese to soothe them, his mind was filled with visions of a terrible dragon he saw when he gazed into the well. Before him, he saw not geese, but the specters of Lim Lazul, and he recited the words, the first spell that entered his mind, Thunder Rain. Chaos erupted as the very trees of the forest awakened and began to attack the party, severely injuring Rough Ripper. Velar was able to put an end to the fight by taking one of the torches Satoshi had wisely lit to ward off the trees and negotiating for peace. Still alive, now with a deaf goose to care for and nurse to health, the party made their glorious return to Serendale, only to find it in a pitiful state. In the tavern, they discovered many of the townsfolk risked the perilous journey to Crystalvale after King Sat starts enacting quantitative easing to allay the panic caused by the stolen jewel turned out to be a disaster. Discovering that the banker had been among those who fled the city, the party made their way to the bank with the intent of finding a trustworthy banker and reopening it under new management. As Valor attempted to open the chain door to the bank, they were accosted, quite rudely, by a guard. Spitty McFax politely explained to the guard the complex legal principles that gave them the rights to access the bank, even via force, but the guard either did not understand the very solid legal foundation they had for entering the bank or did not care. He insisted they come with him and explain themselves before the king. As they did, more guards joined, surrounding the party, and so did a crowd of citizens. As the crowd gathered, some malicious entity gave the crowd the impression that our valiant heroes were actually the ones who stole the jewel, and the crowd grew to a near riotous fury. And here you are, Johnny.
Beautiful. That was a rousing intro recap of last week. I'm just gonna say we do have a giveaway today. I'm gonna throw a hero out there. We'll do that at some point. You had to post a dad joke in reply to the comment and retweet, and you're eligible. I don't know. I haven't decided. I didn't say you had to be here to win, but that will be announced at some point, the Twitter handle. It's been a great week in the world of DFK. Lots of excitement. I'm happy
whatsoever.
I'm happy to be here. I'm having fun. This is Fun 5, folks, and this is what we're doing. So forget all that. Or there may be some jokes at people's expense. If you're down bad, I'm sorry. It's just a joke. So we welcome back, Jay, aka Rich Beach.
Good to be back.
Ren Pen was so good. We're just like, yeah, you have to stay. And then we spent Zoomer and I, we were just like, how are we going to fit everyone in the screen? So we had to move people around. I'm up here now. Hey, everybody. Hopefully that's not too distracting, but yeah, let's just pick up where we left off. Does anyone else want to say any funny intro stuff?
Oh no, I can't say that.
I just opened the floor. Just open the floor. When I said anyone, I said, hey,
literally laughing out loud, bro. That was freaking epic. Nicely done.
Yep, beautiful.
I can't say that one. All right. It's like I keep on coming up with these ones, and then I'm like, no, I can't say that.
All right, then let's just roll.
Let's do it.
Let's just roll.
I'm not here for damage control, and it's not even my job. So I'm here to have fun.
Most people don't even know what we're talking about, so it's fine. So the party finds themselves immediately thrust into Serendale's castle. As they file in, guards surround them, and the crowd is kept out. They won't just let the masses in here. I want to move the camera around a little bit so people can see this beautiful castle.
I was gonna rabble rouse and try and get them to storm the castle.
Well, you didn't, because frankly, that would take way too many NPCs, and that would be a lot of work for me. So I'm sorry. The castle, though, as you go in, there are some people, and they're kind of looking at these giant portraits of heroes past on the wall as candles kind of light tributes to great heroes fallen in the past and current legends as people pay homage. You go through, and the big pillars that hold up the cavernous ceiling are on your left and right. You can see there's kind of like a strategy game or board being played over to the left, perhaps where land is being doled out as they figure out how they're going to settle this new land. And as you approach the throne, surrounded by guards on every side, you see a giant child sitting on the throne. Looks to be an adolescent of like 12, 13, but the size bigger than ogre. It's just a giant man-child in a red crown. By his side is a small advisor in a green robe. And rising out of their seat to meet you and stepping forward is a character with dark robes and curly horns, some sort of like tiefling-like character. And they approach you. Meanwhile, one other setting I have to set in. Regina Richebiche was not actually with the group last week. She has been following at a distance. Regina, what's your plan here? Like, what are you doing as you follow and you do successfully sneak into the castle? What are you thinking at this time?
I am like, my goal is to disguise myself as a guard, like one of these guys who are guarding my friends, so that I can kind of like be here to kind of strike when I need to.
Okay, so you're up next to these guards.
Yeah, I'm one of these guards. So like, I just look like everybody else.
Okay, we'll say you're like right here. You look like them, right? I'm gonna roll a couple perception checks are on their side. And there's so much going on that it's easier for you to fit in with the commotion. So you've been very successful. You're just like kind of standing there wearing your guard attire, looking very tough. Let's have the everyone roll perception to see if you can tell if you notice that Regina Richebiche is one of the uniformed guards.
I can smell her expensive perfume from here.
That would give me away.
You can see her mismatched socks.
Not the socks. That was a nightmare. It didn't happen. The psychic damage.
Rough Ripper rolled very well. If you roll a natural 19 or 20, I'll give it to you. So Rough Ripper, you think you're like, you kind of get a glance and like kind of the nose kind of like moves weirdly, and you see like a resting Regina Richebiche face behind there.
Nice.
Not like that. That's a good one.
Nice.
And you kind of notice that perhaps that is in fact not a guard, but Regina Richebiche. But the rest of you are oblivious. So as you approach the throne, the character with the horns, the tiefling-looking character with the dark robes, steps forward and says to the paladin, what is the meaning of this? And he says, we think we have some people who were in league with the banker. They were trying to break into the bank. They say it's theirs. I brought them immediately to you to sort this out. He says, very good. I'm glad. The king on the throne doesn't seem to notice.
Hold on, Johnny. Just to be clear, let me just get this right, because I'm not sure that I understand the situation. It's very foreign to me. You're saying that someone that's accused of being a bad actor, you're saying that I have some sort of like prior association with them?
Yes.
And they were a bad actor, so I might be a bad actor?
Yes. They think that because you were involved with someone who they think was bad.
Yeah. No.
The banker.
Sounds unrealistic. I can't even follow the story anymore. I'm sorry.
It turns out, though, that the banker wasn't even a bad guy.
Oh,
the real
really?
bad guy is still out there.
So the banker wasn't even the true villain, but like the true villain was, I don't know, like someone else that's unrelated and we haven't actually caught or know anything about or can
Excuse
prove.
me, Flu, we have a game to get back to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
It turns out none of that drama really matters. What we have in front of us is a game that's still very viable. So let's just continue down this path.
Oh, okay.
So the paladin says, I'm glad you're happy with my decision, Archmage. I will let you take it from here. And he stands at the attention, and the Archmage turns his eyes to you. The King Satstart, has not looked up. He's hovering over some sort of tablet, barely paying attention. And the Archmage turns to the king and says, King, we may have our solution. And he says, he looks up. The man-child says, very well, I'll let you take care of it. The Archmage looks back at Renpen and says, you, who are you? And what you know about the jewel thief and our banker? Tell me now.
To be quite honest, my good sir, I just got here and I only knew these guys for like a few hours before now. And regardless, I can vouch. They've been really nice and they helped me. So
next,
okay.
He looks at you,
Archmage.
Valor. The Archmage walks to Valor. You look like you're up to no good. Tell me, what do you know of the jewel thief, and what do you know of the banker?
First, I know that guard is a moron. I'm going to point to the paladin that brought us here. I know intelligence is not a prerequisite of being a paladin. We are the heroes of Serendale. We slew the jewel thief, and in our attempt to return it to the bank, were apprehended by him. Not only do I have
jewel thief,
proof,
he says, who is the jewel thief?
Dao Master Jez. You're the Archmage, and you don't even know that? We didn't even get to Serendale until after the jewel was stolen.
Enough. Because you do not seem to realize the seriousness of your situation.
Oh, I do realize the seriousness.
I can have you executed.
Who was it
snap
that
of my
ordered
fingers.
the printing of jewel after it was stolen and crashed the Serendale economy? It doesn't look like it was
He says,
King
guards,
Tablet over there.
guards. The paladin walks over to you and gives you a good slap.
The royal slap.
As I take it, I look back at the paladin and I'll smile.
You actually do kind of shrug it off as he kind of misses.
Someone doesn't like the questions I'm asking. Why would that be?
Did he powder his hand first? Before the slap?
The king looks up. Do we have a problem, Archmage?
Great and wise king, I say. Allow
The
us to
Archmage
speak
steps
to you.
back and starts whispering.
Don't talk to
The paladin who just slapped me, I'm gonna
Yes.
nudge him and motion. I'm just gonna nudge him gently, not like in a violent way.
Okay.
And motion my head for him to look at what's going on.
All right. They ask you, they say, you stand by that pillar, the one on the left.
I'll walk over to the pillar.
The Archmage goes up to you and casts the spell Silence on your, like, let's say you have like a necklace or something.
Are we bound?
You are not bound.
Okay.
You are not bound.
I'm not making any kind of threatening motion.
Okay.
I'm accepting it for now.
So you have a zone. Everything is quiet. Like you can't even hear your own voice. And he steps back. He goes, some of you are appreciating the situation. Others not. I'll be very systematic. You have to understand that at this crucial moment in Serendale's formative reemergence, we take our economy very seriously, and we take these accusations from these very honest paladins seriously. We take all accusations very seriously, and we must have internal discussions, but we need the facts first. So I will ask the next person. Why are you here today? He looks at Rough Ripper. He says, why have you been accused of being jewel thieves? And why should I believe that you are not in league with that banker?
So I am here looking. Well, what happened was we got to Serendale and I'm just looking for my friend, to be honest. I found some more friends on the way. And then we came into Serendale, and then the banker that we met basically said that all the jewel was gone. So he sent us away.
Hang on, stop there. This banker.
Go on.
You just walked up to the bank and he just let you in?
Oh, there was a much commotion outside at the time. And so we just wanted to find out what was going on. And we saw him and he said, can you help us find the jewel? So being new to Serendale, we thought bankers are very trustworthy individuals, are they not? So we decided to help him find the jewel. And so we went to the caves and we found out.
How did you know? What caves? He let you in. He let you into the bank.
We entered the bank briefly, but there was nothing really in there because all the jewel was gone and the people weren't allowed inside at that moment, as I'm sure you're aware. So then he told us that there were, various places that we could go. We asked around in town, and people said there might be some stuff going on up in the caves. So we went to the caves. Turns out there was a cult up there, and we basically, we found this cult, and there was a bunch of stuff going on in there. And then we came back, and then we got arrested. So that's basically what happened.
Did you get the jewel?
I looked to the rest of the party to see what they want me to say. We found a fair chunk of jewel. We did, and we were bringing it back to town to try and fix some problems. At which point we were arrested, and now we're here. And that's
where is the jewel now? This king looks up and is looking right at you now. You have captured his attention. Where's the jewel now?
Again, I look to the rest of the party for some kind of inkling to what to do.
I step forward and say, we were unable to carry it. It was far too much jewel for our party to carry.
All right, roll a deception, Ogre.
Start out a lot. Oh my god, Ogre's gonna get us all fucking killed. Thanks, Ogre.
Oh yeah, this might be bad.
Ride our way into the sunset with the goat.
Oh, what is it?
Lucky for you, the Archmaid rolled a 2.
Thank goodness.
So your horrible lie It just somehow gets past him. And he
We got jewels
says,
screwed, guys. We got to.
indeed. Bag of holdings are hard to come by. But you know where it's located then, correct?
We could lead you back there, or some of your trusty paladins potentially, because the way is fraught with danger.
Indeed.
But yes, we know where it is, deep in the bowels of a mountain.
You know where all of that jewel is. And how much was there?
Honestly, we didn't stop to count it. I wasn't there when the party initially came to Serendale. I found them. I was pursuing an evil shadow monster and ran into the party. But from what I understand from our campfire talks over the past, they basically came into town and found a giant rabble in front of the bank and the banker being accosted. So in an effort to try to help your kingdom, yes, we did join league with the jeweler with the understanding that somebody had just robbed all of your jewel. And we were here, we showed up and tried to help you get it back. He let us go inside to prove that the jewel was in fact gone, which is when we entered it. And we merely came back trying to figure out what's going on, trying to help you. Our first stop was naturally the bank as we left from the jeweler.
Interesting. Now you, little man. He points to the gnome, Spitty McFax. What has been your part in all of this?
Well,
I heard you have quite the quip about you.
I do.
Talking lots of shit to our paladins.
So paladins, as you all know, take an oath. Oftentimes, this oath is to country or God, or in the case of one rumored individual, the moon. But your paladin, one of them specifically, and at this point, I dramatically level a finger at the paladin that arrested us. This one seems to have taken an oath to bullshit.
I haven't heard about that god.
Order.
I'm laughing my face off in game.
Okay.
So yes,
He says, have you seen the jewel?
I have seen the jewel. Yes,
You know where it is.
we do know where it is.
What are your plans for the jewel?
We don't have any specific plans. We're just trying to complete the mission that we set out on to help Serendale.
He goes back and he whispers again to the king. And this time the other green hooded character leans in and they're whispering. And this time the green hooded fellow steps forward and he dispels your silence spell, Valor, and asks you to return to the lineup.
I return with some hesitation.
He says, I don't think any of you will be troubled if I cast a spell, since you are all honest, good people, heroes.
True heroes.
True heroes. Who would like to accept my spell? Zone of Truth.
Oh, I'll go. Oh, I'll go. I will go.
Can we have that guy in us with it? And I point to the Archmage.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
say that again.
Can we have that guy in us with it? And I point to the Archmage.
Yeah, it
He
seems
is
only fair that if we are being subjected to it, that we should be able to ask the same in return. In fact, we were here to help Serendale, and now we're being persecuted for trying to assist.
That will not be necessary, as the king's archmage is as honest as faraway presidents of the Civil War era.
And I, who know you, know more than you know me, assure you the same about our party, sir.
Very good. Well then, he begins to conjure and casts a spell. I want everyone to make a roll save, or a will save.
I feel like this isn't.
Does that include me?
I feel like this isn't going to go well.
How does one will save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom.
Keep on dropping the dice.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a charisma saving throw. I'm sorry. It's the wrong one.
Oh, now
what?
you tell.
Sorry, Rough Ripper.
Yeah.
We all rolled so well too.
Right? That's exactly what just happened.
Charisma, right?
Charisma save.
Oh, that's not as
That's
good.
still fine.
Oh, there we go. So, Valor, feel free to say whatever bullshit you want. Spitty, you may not lie. Satoshi, you may not lie. Coyne, you may not lie. Rough Ripper, say whatever you want. So the two individuals who actually met the banker.
Can I actually? If I feel that it's actually a zone of truth spell, can I voluntarily fail the save?
Yeah.
I'm okay with telling the truth. I haven't robbed anyone in Serendale.
Okay. All right. He says, very good. Thank you for accepting. And he walks over to Coyne and says, Coyne, that is your name, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how I knew that. Where is the jewel?
I do not know. Yeah.
Wait a minute. How did you know our friend's name?
I die. Omnipotence.
He listened
I
to
told
the
it to
intro.
the guard earlier when I introduced myself.
Yeah, that's right. She won't stop singing. He, she, huh?
I don't know.
Coyne? All right.
Gender
Well,
is a
anyways,
construct.
you do know where the jewel is.
My comrades,
Before Coyne can speak anymore, I'm going to say it's in a safe place.
yeah, what he said.
Where? He turns to you, Valor. Where? That is the stone. Where's the jewel?
I'm going to lean forward and say, someone in this room is corrupt, and I'm going to kill them. And you know I believe that to be the truth.
Takes a step back.
I haven't had one yet.
He ponders. He goes back and he whispers. And then he comes back. I'll tell you what. There is an easy way to find out the truth. Money talks. Money is the truth. Outside, we have a crowd of people ready to rip you limb from limb. And we are your only protection from that, and you are proving to be very difficult. I am inclined to release you to the mob and let them have their way. However, I also want to recover that stolen jewel, because now that surplus of liquidity is a real threat to the throne.
Seems
Thank
you
you for
already have
clarifying the
surplus
situation,
liquidity
sir.
that's threatened the entire city.
Let's say, Ogre, what was that?
I said, thank you for clarifying the situation, and stop talking so that Valor can continue.
Go ahead.
Seems you already have a surplus of liquidity that's threatened to bring the entire city to its knees.
Indeed. So you understand that we can't have unaccounted jewel
I'm
in
wondering
circulation.
whose idea was that exactly?
It doesn't matter.
I think
We are not on
I think
trial.
it matters a lot.
I will have
Maybe-
your
maybe you
tongue cut
shouldn't.
out with another word. He started to get really upset with you. He goes,
I'm
If you don't
Once-
like the
I'm-
truth,
I'm looking
bro, you
over to the
probably shouldn't
paladin
cast
that I
truth
nudged.
spell.
sorry,
looking
sorry.
over-
I need one at a time.
Yeah,
Ogre or
Go ahead, Ogre. Go
Valor.
ahead. Ogre, go ahead.
I kind of snickered at his last comment and said, if you don't want to hear the truth, you probably shouldn't cast a truth spell, bro.
Ooh.
I'm looking over just to gauge the reactions of the paladins here.
Paladins are resolute, staring forward. And The sage continues. He says, tell you what, we will put your fate to the people with adequate protection.
Then say goodbye to all that jewel, I suppose. Because
What we will do, we are very happy to see that jewel disappear forever. However, it's in your best interest to produce it, because this is what we will do. We will hold a vote in the city, and whether we shall accuse you of theft and have you executed, or let you go. Only those who hold jewel may vote. They may vote in proportion to the jewel they have. Therefore, if you don't have any jewel, you don't have any votes.
We have 50 million jewel.
Oh, where is the jewel?
No, you just said we were gonna vote.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm for the whole voting thing in front of the public. Let's do this in the public sphere. Do you not want that for some reason? Let's make this all transparent.
Yeah, let us step outside and have a fair trial.
Why don't we go talk to the crowd right now? We'll explain to them what happened
You guys are
under
so
a zone of
unruly.
truth.
You're so
Zone of truth
unruly.
for everyone.
No.
All right. Your trial will be held tomorrow. We will inform the community that they may go collect as much jewel as they can and vote however they want. You may also vote using any jewel you can find and acquire.
Hey, King.
King is not paying attention.
Wait,
anymore.
Archdick or whatever the fuck I'm speaking to.
They don't respond to that. The sage looks over at you.
All right, Mr. Sage, here's the thing. Can we burn the jewel as we like use it to vote? Because this would actually solve everyone's problem.
We would like to burn all the jewel. We need it gone.
Are you going to replace it with a new, differently colored sort of item that's
No.
shaped as
We will create a new ledger
precious gem?
and simply erase the jewel that was stolen. Because if that is reintroduced to our economy, we are ruined forever. So give us the jewel, use it towards your vote of innocence, and you may walk, you may go free, you may go on whatever ventures you want.
I see a fourth option here.
Fourth,
I do. Seems you have a problem. You have a bank with no banker and no jewel sitting inside it.
we will not make the mistake of a centralized banker again.
Okay.
You
So
are a
what?
centralized banker.
So you have physical jewels here. Are you planning on shoving them inside of some stick or something? How do you plan on storing these jewels in a decentralized manner, oh wise king?
We intend on just giving birds coins and having them dropped around the city, redistributing them
But how
just however willy-nilly we want.
how
And
you
then
gonna
we'll
do that?
let the capitalist principles work themselves out without printing any more. He looks back sharply at the archmage. Without printing any more jewel ever again.
Oh, so you're gonna let the invisible mage hand decide the market?
Right, yeah. How are you gonna do that whenever birds aren't real though? That's my question.
Birds
Baby
aren't
dragons.
real.
Yeah, that's a
Something.
everyone needs to Google that like right now. Birds aren't real.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, they're all run by the government. They're spying on us.
So he's essentially saying we're going to wipe out a large, like all the jewel, and then redistribute a bunch of new tokens, and that should solve our problem. You also gathered that the archmage is just he's kind of behind the printing of the more jewel. Things got out of control, That's kind of what you're gathering at this point.
I launched him a tirade about 3,000 fiat currencies over time and how they've all gone to zero, and urged
Never.
not to break the backing, made sure that their currency.
So he says, I will give you till tomorrow, and then we will hold a vote here. And we will allow people to bring in the jewel and put on the left side of the room or on the right side of the room. They put on the left side of the room, you will be killed. They put on the right side of the room, we will let you go. Either way, we will be collecting all of the jewel after that and creating a new system.
Will you give us a fair chance to explain to the people of Serendale our account of what happened?
You may write out your defense in 140 characters or less. And we will make sure that everyone sees it.
Can I use a magic thread to create a longer form of communication?
No threads.
Wow.
And I replied to his one
Can I use a Bitly?
character message with my own response so that we might have
140 characters.
Can I respond in image form with a drawing?
or link a video possibly.
No.
Okay. Very well.
So can some of those characters actually be like a pointer that someone could look up in some sort of, since you love decentralization so much, decentralized network that like allows people to go and visit another world by using this reference?
No.
Okay.
Is anybody Mandarin or any sort of pictograph based language where one character
Dear God, I'll have you
Like
killed
little
now
words.
if you don't stop talking. You get 140 characters. You can put it out onto whatever network you want. Someone tweet it up. Tweet your defense. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a poll. I'm
By the
gonna put
way, Lim Lazul's returning and he's probably going to destroy the whole city. You might need to know that.
we need to get.
Oh
to that.
yeah, and we know how to stop him.
Oh yeah, we need to get into all of that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, we do know how
Yeah,
to
we
stop
know.
him. So, if you do kill us, that could be a problem for you. And again, still under the zone of truth, so you know I'm talking.
He says, "Did you say Lim Lazul?"
That's what the whole cult in the mountain thing was all about. That's why they stole your jewel.
He says you should have started with that.
Well, you shouldn't have started with arresting us.
I said, "What happened?" Anyways,
Hostility is met with hostility.
so you share the whole story of Lim Lazul. I won't make
Oh.
you recount the whole thing.
Yeah,
but,
well,
like,
that's the gist of what I know anyway. What I just said.
so as the team, if you do decide, I won't make you recount the whole narrative, but do you decide as a group to kind of share what your experience was in the mountain for the most part?
Only about the fact that Lim Lazul, the cult, is planning on bringing him back, and he's already partially back as far as I'm aware. So,
As well as stressing Renpen's innocence and that she was a victim to this entire affair. Regardless of how you decide, we rescued her from the cave. She was being held captive by the Dao. So she naturally came with us. She was not here in the town. She was never in league with anyone. So regardless of what you choose for the rest of us, Renpen should be freed.
Wow.
Oh, also the
Thank
fact
you,
that we
Satoshi.
the fact that we did actually bring down the Dao Master to save the town of Serendale.
Rough Ripper's got his blood as proof.
Yep.
Yes, perhaps you are noble after all, but you will face the vote of the people. Of course, if you have all of that jewel, you can secure your freedom right now. You would have the majority stake.
I mean,
Let's use 49 million.
I was going to say, do we really need all 50?
We don't. I want to vote. with-
I was going to gather information on how much
All
jewel was
right,
printed.
he goes, he says, I will let you huddle and decide,
All right.
and I will leave you.
So can
He
we
goes and
just
sits.
propose that we'll lead him to the mountain and the jewel, and we will give him the 40?
No, hold on. We try and convince the city. We vote last. We see how many people vote against us, and we just put in that much jewel to vote for us.
Bro, come on, think this through.
I can use magic to make it look like there's more jewel than we have.
We dump jewel on there. We don't have that much. We got what, 10% tops?
We have
Like 50 million out of
we
500 million?
We have all 53 million.
That's 10% of total circulating value, bro. I guarantee
Did
they
they-
got more.
Did they print all of it? He just said we could secure it all with our vote if we had all the jewel.
How does he know that?
He said that because he wants us to dump it on there and then sick his paladins on us and take our jewel. Because if we
Okay.
dump that jewel in his castle, what recourse do we have? We just lost.
I'm
everything.
trying to read the Dungeon Master face. Give me a second. I can't see his face.
He's leaning too far back.
He's
Yeah.
probably. Oh, by the way, he's probably listening to us right now with magic.
Do you want me to take my headphones off?
No, no.
Doesn't
So-
really matter. It's going to go the way he wants it to, anyways, guys.
No.
The thing is, right, is if we do just burn all of our jewel bar, a little bit on the side for us, is that not the best thing for everyone? Did we not want to actually just bring peace back to Serendale?
Like 50,000
Yeah,
or 100,000 jewel. I mean, I don't know what inflation is like nowadays in Serendale. We might want to check that out, make sure we've got enough to be comfortable and not have to go try and kill ourselves. But we preserve a little bit for ourselves, and we could probably even negotiate for that with them. And
Dude, I
then
tried to figure that out a long time ago, and I'm telling you, that's a hard choice.
I also think that if we get an opportunity to tell our story to the townsfolk, we can secure favor for future endeavors.
What if we overthrow the government because they're obviously corrupt anyway?
I'm with that's my vote. That's what I'm thinking.
Let's take down the king and the archmage and keep all the jewel and give it to the people if we want.
Yep.
Coyne coming in with some shade.
Hey, I've got a lot of time to think.
That archmage is corrupt.
As
He's
a
the one who
guard, I'm
he's the
ready
one who
for it.
printed. He's the
Oh,
one
I
who printed the
agree.
jewel. If we just give them back the jewel, he's gonna get them into difficulties again. He needs to die.
all right, can I be the mouthpiece?
Is there a more constructive way when we're not surrounded by paladins that we
Well,
could
my
sort out?
intention is try to recruit them and
Yes.
roll with it, and we take out the king, we take out the stupid archmage, and we get the paladins to help us do it.
See,
But-
I don't
Maybe it could work in our favor that I already charmed the leader of the paladins.
know that the king is bad. I feel like his advisors are bad.
It's just the archmage. He's the one who printed the jewel. He's the shady one.
I don't think we need to kill the king.
Okay, so let's say I stand up or someone stands up. We turn to the paladins and say, "Hear this. We
They
have
just-
the jewel, and we want to bless the town with it in whatever method the town deems they want done." This man, pointing at the archmage, is corrupt. Obviously, has the king under a spell and is controlling your kingdom through proxy without any responsibility whatsoever if things go badly. This is basically what I'm planning on saying to the paladins. We're still talking as a group.
I agree with that, but I don't think we should do it here and now. I think we should use the day to try and get the people behind us, and then maybe approach the paladins not in a large group where they're underneath the watchful eye of the archmage. We have a full day to kind of do this instead of having to do it now on the spot, right?
I agree.
We could basically just do the same thing to the entire community.
Exactly.
Hey, I know how to get the favor of a large group of people.
We have
we've
a
got
bard. We have a
Tell
bard
us
to tell our
story.
heroic story.
Brilliant.
We have millions of jewel to give away to the people to show our goodwill. To
Mhm.
return instead
like
of
to-
returning the jewel to the corrupt archmage, we can return it directly to the people.
I like that.
Yep.
It's called buying votes, but sometimes it might
Needs
be,
must.
maybe.
What
All
was
right.
that?
So your plan is
Okay, wait, hold on.
intermission.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead, Flip.
So we do not keep the jewel. We literally distribute it to everyone, and we say we don't mind which way that you vote, but we address and we go and we talk to people. We have our bard performing, I don't know, political songs, and we can like distribute the jewel, and that way, whenever this whole thing blows up tomorrow, we can be like, we don't even have the jewel anymore. We can't lead you to it. We can't show it to you. We literally don't have the jewel. We put our money where our mouth was, and we distributed it back to the people.
Trusted
we
our
have a
fate to the
job
will.
for you?
We trusted our fate to the will of the people.
Yeah, I don't know. or we just kick.
So
his
your
mother
plan
back.
is to prove that you're not the jewel thieves by giving them all the jewel that was stolen and explaining that you didn't get it by stealing it.
Correct, 'cause we stole nothing.
we found the thief, killed them, took the jewel back, and our original intent was to return it to Serendale. So we're doing that directly to the people.
So it wasn't
And
you.
we will start with all the people that were in front of the jeweler when we first arrived, because they should remember us.
Mhm.
And we can talk to the tavern owner because he knows us. He knows we're nice.
Okay. All right. So quick intermission. I'm going to do that giveaway. So I told everyone to just follow or just reply with a dad joke to the tweet. And one person said this joke. Son told me he won 100 jewel from a giveaway. I was like, oh my God, $2,100, $1,300 is a lot of money. How are you going to spend $250?
That went down fast.
And that's a little high. That's like $2. That's $2.50.
Yesterday.
And that is coinchowder.1 at real coin chowder. I think they're behind One
Coin
Moon.
Chowder is behind One Moon. Coin
One Moon.
Chowder is also a validator, and Coin Chowder is also the only man that I have ever found to be able to completely be able to hold his own in a Twitter space against me.
Well, he also just got a hero because I did a random Twitter picker and the others were not real people, turns out.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So DM me your address. I think we've talked before. Okay, so do you want to describe your plan to the sage in a succinct? What's your proposal here?
We're basically just so conferring with the group here, not talking to the sage, but aren't we basically just telling him we're up for the vote tomorrow?
Yeah, basically what they proposed, we do that.
He goes, excellent. This will be fair. This will ensure that the jewel is returned to a central location so that we can get a hard reset.
Now,
And
can we
get
assure
this
that there will
economy.
be no magic affecting this, or
Yes.
have a third party that can verify that, as we see that you've already cast spells upon us against our will in a spell of truth, and it looks
You must
kind of
understand.
the way the
You
king
must
is acting over
understand.
there. So it seems like he might be under a spell as well. So you'll forgive our concern with this.
He gets in closer. He says, you must understand. I sympathize with you. I'm trying my best to fix the problem that I did not create. I do not wish any ill upon you. I wish for a healthy economy.
Well, maybe
Some people put their self-interests before Serendale.
We should together, my man.
It's disturbingly close to a gnome's face.
You have like a new camera. It's like very high def.
No, this is the same MacBook Pro that I've always had.
Never been able to see your pimples before.
The mustache.
It's beautiful.
What's your like routine?
I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. That's the whole routine. That's the whole thing.
Routine is that he doesn't sleep.
Oh, if you don't sleep, you can't get oily.
You have such tight pores.
He doesn't get beauty sleep. That's why he's the way he is.
Oh, wow. That was
We have a new.
Wow.
Whoa. All right.
Oh,
Hang on,
God.
let's get back to the game.
What's happening next week?
Live on
So real
stream.
today.
Live. Jerry.
Empire has
What
crumbled.
happens when you have 50 million jewel people?
Too
Family-
much fun.
No money, no problems.
All right. Let's get back to it. So he says, yes, tomorrow we will hold the trial. You had better stay here for the night, as it looks like the crowd would probably kill you right away. I will let you send out your message if you would like. Perhaps it will ease their tempers.
Are we under arrest or being imprisoned?
You are not.
So we are free to go.
You are free to go, but remember there's a mob of angry people right outside that door.
It's okay.
That's kind of who we want to talk to anyways. They're not under a spell.
Oh, there are things more powerful than the spell.
So if I
Music.
could kind of quietly lean into the Archmage and inquire as to what his problems might be and potentially offer our assistance.
Oh, you mean the sage, right? The sage is
Is
the one up close talking to us.
Ah, is that who it was? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm. The Archmage is listening very intently, just so you know.
Can I not?
And kind of whispering into the ear of the king every once in a while.
Well, I'm wondering,
Maybe
Troop
in
Sage, would you possibly escort us out? We would like to go, and we feel that if you were to come with us, it might grant us some safety.
He says, I cannot guarantee anything.
Of course.
If you stay here for the night, perhaps someone could visit you.
Okay, let's stay.
Sidebar with the group here. It might be better to change plans and stay here. I got a feeling.
Yeah, let's stay.
All right, so
I do need a long rest.
We got consensus.
you do need a
Sounds like
long
that's
rest.
3. We need one more for consensus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can stay.
All right, game on.
I'm definitely
Alright,
being locked in
so-
places I don't want to
Rough
Rough
be.
to pick-
Ripper,
Yes.
remember that you are the only one that's aware that one of these guards is not a guard. Do you want to do
Oh, yeah.
anything with that information?
Are we still huddled in a manner in which?
Privacy? No.
No.
We can wait. I'm
Hmm.
sure that she will coordinate to be one of the ones to escort us to wherever we need to go. You can tell us later when we're not in the chamber, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I'll keep my cards close to my chest for now. I'll like kind of glance. I'll glance across the guards where Rishbish is, and kind of like be like, looking kind of aimlessly around and just
That
be
makes
like,
sense.
oh, look, yeah.
Can I
And
get
then,
like a perception check to see if I recognize that he's trying to tell us something? To do a second perception
I want
check.
everyone
See if
to
I recognize
roll
her this time.
roll an insight check.
How do
do
I?
I
do
also roll insight?
No, you need to. No, you're fine.
that? There it is. It's on the skills tab. If anybody else is looking.
Oh, Coyne gets it. Satoshi gets it. Floor gets it.
Yeah, we are
Spitty gets
perceptive.
it.
We
Yeah,
all
we
got
are
it.
insightful.
All right, so yeah, you get that Rough Ripper is like, and you have been wondering where Regina Rishbish is. And as you take a second look at where he's gesturing, you're like, oh, something's not right. Like she's kind of out of formation. She doesn't have the same like military like look, stare, and allegiance to the king, kind of nonchalant.
I give each one of them a secret wink.
Secret wink.
Coyne, who doesn't know you, is just like, hey, you're not a guard. What's up with you?
Did you say that out loud?
Yep. Insight. I
Better
just
say
know it's
inside
true.
your brain, Coyne.
All right.
Shh.
That's
They,
inspiration, is that not? I mean, she's staying in character there.
Okay,
You just screwed the
I-
party because she stayed in character.
I guess I'll roll.
Are we still in our zone of truth or not? Because I mean,
So a zone of truth doesn't require you to speak. It just
zone of
says it when you speak.
well, I noticed that guard's off. Something
How do
about that was
you-
weird.
How do you know what guards look like? You've been in a cave for 300 years.
Yeah. It's not like the other ones.
All right, I want to say they don't make a big deal of it. They all rolled pretty bad. A 7, a 9, and a 4 to like put 2 and 2 together. So I'm going to say that yeah, you want to stay here for the night, or do you want to go straight out to the mob?
Saved.
I'll stay here. I might try and sneak out after.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
may join you.
I guess we can always just decide to leave later if we want to, because we are free to go, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. There's probably going to be poison in our dinner, but you know.
He
That-
says,
Oh, yeah.
you will actually be staying in this quarters over here. He beckons over to the right 1 second, and he snaps his fingers, and some lights
Ooh.
light up, He says, you will stay over here within our vision and protection. If you leave this castle, I cannot promise any of that.
Okay.
Not a lot of privacy there. I kind of wanted to get a bath, good night's sleep.
1 second, sorry.
Forces unknown. Disrupt the DM.
Not about Coyne anymore.
All right. So do you all want to head over here and just kind of chill for the night? The guards, Regina steps over here and acts as guard, and the others, and the goat comes along.
I dragged the goat over there.
Oh, the
Yeah.
goat.
And actually, the advisor and the king. I almost deleted all tokens. That would have been horrible.
Are there any dim corners or areas where there's less light?
At this time, no. He just lit up everything.
So I'm going to choose a corner and I'm going to kind of extinguish the stuff near it and go sit in the corner and just say that I prefer a little darkness. That's okay. Can't sleep with all the lights on.
Okay. How's that?
Sure. As long as you'll let me hide in it.
You are hiding behind the bookshelf. The giant Goliath like goes over and like hides behind the column.
Sneaky.
And then I proceed to walk up the wall and hide in the darkest corner of the ceiling.
I'm gonna
I like it.
I'm gonna go over and look at the road map.
Okay.
I feel like there might be things to discover in within these walls.
The paladins all go in formation to the south. Yeah, the roadmap. It looks like there's like kind of like some sketches for like the city planning. Like if you went to like a master plan for a city, and then like they're like a city council would pass like a yearly agenda of things we need to accomplish this year. And there's various things like, open up the mines and fix the bank. There's like a cross out, and then like rename banker jeweler, things like that.
Okay.
When the guards are sufficiently away, I'm going to lean down into Coyne and whisper, "She's one of us," and nod my head towards Regina.
I flip off Coyne.
Oh goodness, I didn't know. I almost blew that for you, didn't I?
A little bit, yeah. Not your fault. You didn't know.
All right. So now you need to, he has given you permission to write a 140 character message to the town that he will deliver before the vote is taken. You could also deliver it ahead of time and then go address the town, but you think they'd probably kill you if you went and just like tried to explain yourself and all that stuff. You don't think that would go well.
Or we can
just
put on a
kill
show.
the town.
You could send the goat, you said?
We send the bard out singing.
Put them to sleep.
Sure. I can sing a song.
So we need to write some
Lyrics?
lyrics.
I like this. Let's get the uke going. You're going to sing your 140 characters.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a pretty brief explanation. I don't know if it can be formed into a song. The word jewel is in there a lot.
Tweet your message at Degens and Dragons.
Who's gonna craft our defense?
Once again, we are wordsmithing for our lives.
Something about Jewel made me look like a fool. Now I'm getting schooled in court by the
Fool?
archmage.
Arch-
That
With a
wasn't good.
nipple.
By a fool. The archmage is sitting here using the king as a tool.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh no.
Now, sweet paladins.
Okay.
There we go. We're getting
Now you
somewhere.
have to. So are you crafting it? Cardonis, are you crafting it?
This is the gist of what I wanted to say. I don't know how to make it a song. That's what the bard's for, right? I'll post
Are you
it
putting
in Discord, Twitter.
Put it in Twitch chat.
That works.
Which
I haven't even checked on that. How are we doing? 26 viewers. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for hanging around. Bad vampire steal jewel. Archmage make jewel printer go burr. We kill vampire. We bring back jewel. Archmage bad.
Aha. Okay.
Is that 140 characters?
I think it's less.
Don't wanna be a Serendale idiot.
That is 104 characters.
Oh, you're gold.
so we can tag. Don't be
Vampire,
Serendale.
steal jewel, archmage, make jewel printer go burr. We kill the vampire, we bring back the jewel archmage bad. Is that I almost
So that's
I think I'm a
rehearsals.
little
That's
off
dress
track.
rehearsal.
Yeah,
Everyone's like,
you have words to add or remove. So
Do it to the tune of Megalovania. That one works.
Well, I don't think I've heard that one before. It must be newer than my time.
Oh yes.
They never got that down in the cave.
Yeah.
love it. So here's what I'm going to do. I will give you a chance to perform your song to the crowd, like open the doors and start, because they're still out there, like ready to rip you apart. I will let you do a performance check. If you roll well, they will listen to you and won't kill you. And
Golly,
I will,
that's a lot of pressure.
and if they hear you, I will give you an advantage on your roll to survive the vote.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
That being
If they
said,
don't, if you fail your performance check, they will kill you.
Just me, or they'll kill everyone because
They will
of
kill
me.
you. They will
Oh.
kill you.
Stepped out.
So here's what's going to happen.
Oh,
I'm going to roll when the vote is happening. I'm going to roll percentile to see if they kill you or not. So Ren Pen going out and performing,
before
if she beats a 15 with her performance, with her die 20 plus her performance bonuses, then she will be heard, and I will double your chances of success on the vote.
Sorry, Renton. This is your perilous journey. Go on, girl. Whatever.
And I think I'd rather just stay locked in the cave.
so a question here, clarification. Now that's if the people outside hear her, correct?
And I'm actually going to give her advantage because I said I'd give her advantage. So she will have advantage on a performance check.
So if she was closer to the door, would she be more likely to be heard by the people outside?
She needs to go outside and the crowd needs to see her for her to do her performance.
Okay. But can we see past this line of paladins? Is there anything blocking the door beyond them?
Yes, the doors are closed.
Are there paladins or guards or anything there?
It seems like people are gathering off to so they can come in the castle and they're kind of gathering off to the side where the blue lights are.
Where the blue lights, south of where we are or southwest?
South.
Okay. So now that wall in between us, does that go all the way to the roof?
Yeah.
Okay. How tall? All right. So what about this? What if I was to kind of pick you up, little gnome, and carry you, being a giant, up on the ceiling around to where the people are so that she could sing from there, the sound coming from the quiet corner of the rafters above? Would that increase the likelihood of them hearing her?
They might not hear her right away. It would complicate it, but maybe you could figure it out. Like they'd be like, there's a giant thing climbing on the roof. We'll listen to that.
I would obviously be unseen. I mean, I'm doing this stealthily. I'm not.
Oh, so they would hear her
coming from the darkness of the roof.
She needs to be able to like do the performance though.
Yeah, I
That
gotta
would
be seen.
give her a
to shine.
disadvantage on
Is there
her
a visual
performance check.
aspect, or is it just auditory?
It's performance. Like you're going to see someone. It's like either elevator music or it's like a concert. You know,
It's
that's
all
the
in the
difference.
eyes, my friend. All in the eyes.
Fair point. I'm trying to help.
Can
Right.
she not
So
stand
there's the point I
behind
can
the
help.
paladins?
Give it.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch you.
Can she not stand behind the paladins and sing?
Can we
She
hire
could.
the paladins for Jewel as security detail?
I offered you a nice juicy advantage, and you guys are going to try to game it, make it unfun for me, and I don't like that.
What if we just get her up to the roof of the castle, period, where everyone, and get some lights going up there?
You guys have
little
obviously never
pyrotechnics.
seen the great Coyne Flipper perform before.
You think
You
we
got
should
a lot of
probably-
doubt in me, and I think I can handle myself.
Hey, if you think you can handle it,
Yes,
I mean, let's just let her go out.
yes.
Let her go out.
Let
I
Coyne
will
get out
say-
there.
Do your thing.
I still say she should have an
Okay.
inspiration for.
He does have inspiration.
he's giving her advantage on the check.
You'll have advantage.
I
So
think
here's-
I think we should go out there with her.
You
all
can
right.
use
So
Yeah.
hang on one second. So
you should get bardic inspiration as well, right, Rempen?
Bardic inspiration they give to other people. Not
Yeah.
You can't do
themselves.
it yourself.
So the sage advisor comes back and says, and you kind of, maybe you tell him your plan. He goes, you have your 140 characters. How would you like it delivered?
We're gonna deliver it via song to the people.
Ooh.
Is it safe to speak freely now, without being overheard?
Indeed.
I ask this stage.
Indeed, it is.
Excellent. So you mentioned that you may have an issue. Regardless of how tomorrow goes, if we can help you with that issue now, I'd be happy to assist.
He says there's a matter of trust between us. I would have to navigate. I'm very alarmed that you mentioned Lim Lazul and his return. I
Scary.
feel as though that sometimes I'm the only one that's looking out for this realm. As the king, he just sits at his post and shits all day. And his advisor corrupts his mind with FUD. I feel like I'm the only one with a clear head.
What is your vision? Kind
My
sage?
vision, he says, that Serendale would have values of ethics, transparency, be leaders across the realm. A democracy, a representative democracy, not a mob rule, but representative. An economy that's free, driven by the forces of production, value. But,
Well,
I'll never get that here.
we tend
Too
to
many
agree-
people looking out for themselves only.
we tend to agree with you. We think that you might also, unfortunately, be the only one truly looking out for the kingdom at the moment. We would help you if you would let us, or I would.
I
cannot
am
speak for the whole party,
operating within the
but I believe that-
constraints. I can only help so much before it'll be my head on a spike, and then there will be truly no one. So I have to be careful. You understand my position.
Well, how powerful is the Archmage? Is it that serious? The seven of us could not best him?
It's not the Archmage, it has the influence on the king.
Oh,
We would need but to isolate the Archmage.
Are you saying you want to kill the Archmage?
I'm asking you, how will we help you? What do you,
You can
need?
help me by winning this vote and helping me destroy Lim Lazul and restore the economy.
And killing the Archmage.
That would be part and parcel with our mission.
So shall it be?
But
As
we
long
have
as
to
the
get
rest
you
of the
through this
party-
vote first. He goes, I'm happy to help you make your case. What do you need?
All right, well, Doubt, I'm assuming the rest of the party heard all of this, or was this just a private conversation between he and I?
That's the party and the
Okay.
goat.
So I turn to the party and say, what say you? I'm game for helping.
Oh, you're still all the way up on the freaking.
I
above in the rafters. Quietly, though, of course.
This vision sits well with my desires.
When after you can help us by after Coyne sings her song, sings their song explaining what we've done, you stand there in agreement with us and lend your words of support.
Okay. Perhaps if they receive it well. I'll tell you what. We have a stage. We have a stage to the south here. I will prepare it. It has some amplifiers that will allow more people to hear. And we'll only have a select group of people in to hear the song. If it goes well, then you can play it for a larger audience, perhaps on better terms.
This seems agreeable.
I like it.
Mhm.
All right. So give me 1 second.
Fluid J, you are uncharacteristically quiet today.
We're exhausted from the
Those
move.
the moved.
That makes sense. How's your back doing, bro?
I'm laying down.
I see that.
Oof. Why isn't this working?
Not doing a whole lot better, it sounds like.
No, I'm tripping. And like I don't know if you've heard, but there's been some minor issues with the vast majority of my net worth.
I haven't. And we are live streaming right now. If you'd rather discuss that offline, we can.
Yeah, maybe
No,
somewhere else, my guy.
That's okay. I mean, like he asked, bro. This is all just TV. This is all just entertainment.
I mean, I feel you to a degree. That's kind of true with all of us right now. The market's crashing, so anybody who's sitting on a lot of crypto right now is not sitting on as much as they were last week. And being somebody who's living off crypto solely, like yourself and I am as well, yeah, it's definitely interesting. Makes life.
Well, that and the drug money, like that's literally the things keeping me.
That's still solid though, right?
All right.
That is doing very well. Very well. I have a lot of new customers from crypto people, so that's been really good. It's been good.
Everyone finding their way of coping.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Coke bar.
that was
Wow.
we can continue to have this conversation. And we love you all and everyone out there. We love you too. But now it's time for a concert.
For any minors watching this, drugs are bad, okay?
Well, wait till you're older. Now, maybe I shouldn't say that.
What is Tristan?
So the concert. So the sage advisor sets up some lights down to the south. He gathers the people around and he says, "Come with me." Do you all want to go to the concert?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave Coyne out there on their own.
No.
Regina,
Wow,
you're
the support feels amazing, guys.
I'll be guarding Coyne.
okay. Good, bouncer.
Thank you. I don't want anyone to sneak in and try to assassinate me.
I mean, I might be the assassin, but
Oh well, I want to be friends. I hope we can work this out.
All right. You all go down to the concert, which is the south. Mage controller, I hope you take everyone to the concert because it's pretty lit.
It's
Even
well
the
lit. Yep.
And you take the stage in front of the two megaphones. Which this is just awesome. Okay.
Hey, Rough Ripper, remember what you did to those geese? Get ready to do that to the crowd if things go wrong.
Oh, that's.
I don't know if that'll win us here.
Counterproductive, but
So
yeah.
you come over,
if
you come
things
over
go
to the
wrong.
crowd. The crowd's like, there they are. We don't like them. The sage advisor says, hear them out. They have one message. If you like their message, repeat it. Play it in the top 40 all throughout Serendale for all to hear. For tomorrow, we will have a vote to decide if they will be killed or exonerated. Red Pen, you can sing your song, which I hope you do, in which case I give you advantage. And then you will roll performance check. If you roll above a 15, I will give you all a I'll double the chance that you survive the vote the following day.
That's a lot of pressure. I think we can. I think
If
we
you
can.
if you roll below, if you roll a natural 1,
Hmm?
if you roll 2 natural 1s, they'll kill you on the spot.
Oh goodness.
So being part of the community and out amongst everybody, can we be like kind of whispering, be like, oh, that's so awesome, and just like engaging the crowd?
That's true.
back
That's
the
true.
crowd, kind
Hype
of-
the crowd.
Hype the crowd. They're a little bit,
That
you
might
know,
be
they're a
like-
little. All right, let's see how it goes. Let's get some hype. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get this hype going.
Are you guys ready to hear the message of a lifetime?
Yes.
It's gonna change your world, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Dao Master Jez stole all the jewel. Now the Archmage misstepped like a fool. Printed too much and ruined the economy. Now we're here to save the community. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the Serendale nation. Everything is going to be okay. Bard sings a song of tomorrow. We're really the ones that you should follow, for that's enough to spare our lives.
Hey.
All right.
Oh,
Yes.
sweet.
If we don't live after that, come on.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could cast Charm Person on every one of you, but I'd rather stay friends. So
That was sick, first of all. Second of all, roll a performance check with advantage.
all right, let's roll a higher than a 6. Here we go.
Be like instant.
Don't
20.
name the number you need.
All right.
So make sure you
Wonder-
choose, go to your abilities. or-
All right.
You got it.
With advantage. Let's
you
see,
get-
let's
you
see
get
if I
one
get
more-
a 20.
Yeah, you get one more roll.
You got it
Alright.
even with that.
20. Yeah.
Yes!
Oh,
There it is.
that's epic. The power of the music, ladies and gentlemen.
Epic! Not only
Yes.
did you just shred a song in real life, you rolled a nat 20.
That's crazy. I didn't expect that. That's pretty cool.
Prepare.
That is legendary inspiration again.
All right.
They are absolutely rocking out to this.
I call it Green Day.
Can you actually, hey Ren, can you name it? Can you name it Green Loot Day?
I will call it the Day of Green Loot. Green
Yeah.
Lute, like guitar, like lute, like a lute.
Yeah.
Lute. Green loot.
Boots are witted, just a bit scruffy.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. They love this song. The paladins are even like kind of getting into a little bit. And they are singing it back and forth to each other as they leave the castle and spreading the song virally throughout the town of Serendale. It could not have gone better. Beautiful.
All right. That was fun.
All right,
Yeah.
so it's getting close to evening. Do you all want to take your long rest?
After all that dancing, I think we need to.
Wow, that was so sick.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was-
a little concerned about spending the night here now that we just sang a song about the Archmage being bad.
You did kind of help the guy.
Yeah.
Wow, I
I
hadn't thought
think
about
at
that.
the very least, we should post guards. I'll take first watch if you want.
All right, the problem is Jay, Rishabish, you are running out of disguise self.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
We're not prisoners. Can we just leave with the crowd as they're leaving?
Yeah,
Like,
I
we're
mean-
gonna buy everyone drinks at the tavern now after that awesome song.
With all of our
Oh, yeah.
jewel.
I'm going with that
Honestly, yeah, you can. You roll a nat 20.
Yeah, we should head out all together, and then I go with you, and I can be, my normal self, and we could
Yeah.
chill.
I mean, I feel like this is a great place to stop
I agree.
because you all just
On a good note.
you just won. You just won this session.
and crushed
Luck
it.
of the roll, my friend.
You sang an actual song very well with brand new lyrics that perfectly suit the situation. You rolled a natural 20. You are the heroes of Serendale. Everyone believes you. They are rocking out with you and partying. And that's that. You're
Perfect.
going to
Who
win
wants
the
to buy
vote.
me a beer?
I definitely
I'll buy
got
you a beer.
down after that song.
Do we want to call it a sesh?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
you-
that's,
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect time to
I think it's
stop.
perfect. We brought positivity and light. Thank God you didn't fail that roll, because it would have been a gloomy day for everyone.
I was getting ready to quit. Like, well, I guess they're trying to write me out of the story. So
Oh, no,
No,
I
I was
would-
not. I had no motives.
I would start killing citizens if it came down to it.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
was,
we
I
all
was
would,
gonna,
I
I was gonna absolutely go homicidal on
I
everything.
had Entangle lined up ready to go. I was gonna just get everyone bind.
Y'all know I have my handy dandy magic missile.
Murdered. I
Oh,
wasn't
So
gonna-
I'll say this.
Reliable.
I'll say this. So the sage, if you want, we can fast forward to tomorrow. I can tell you right now, you're going to pass because of that nat 20. You're going to survive in the vote. The sage advisor loves you because you brought back all the jewel to the central location. He can figure out the economy and get it sorted out because everyone voted. Everyone was like super excited. They're like scrounging up. The price of jewel like started going up because it was like everyone wanted it so that they could vote in favor of you living. Great price support. And you would just overwhelmingly win because everyone in this town loves you. Because not only were you you actually recovered the jewel. You're actually good guys. They get that. Good people.
Yeah, we're the heroes of Serendale.
You're the
Don't forget
heroes
it.
of Serendale, and they know that, and they like you even more now because you're rock stars.
Yeah.
And you're saving their economy. The problem is a sage advisor takes you aside. He says, now that the economy can be fixed, we need to take care of this Lim Lazul problem. And I'm hoping that you will go back to the mountain with me and get that phylactery.
I don't think you should leave the city. I think you should send the Archmage with us. And, maybe something happens to him along the way.
He goes, I will deal with that problem. You deal with Lim Lazul's phylactery. I will also, he goes,
we all looked into a well and we seem to have this overwhelming magic fear that we can't overcome to go back there. If you can help us out with that, then I'll go back.
oh,
But
he says,
until then, I
yes.
physically cannot step foot towards
He
there.
says, yes, no problem. He casts spells of minor restoration upon you all, and you have no fears of that place.
Oh, this is nice.
All right, everyone, let's go gamble in the well and try and manifest something cool.
So
Mental
On to the next to the
psychologist.
DJ.
Get some tears.
Real quick, Sir Stage. You appear to know this name. It sounds like we're willing to help you as a party. Do you have any information that might be useful to us about the nature of Lim Lazul, how to destroy him, anything?
Lim Lazul, there's only legends that I've read of. And if what you say about him is true, and this note from Philemon Fox, if he is indeed a lich dragon that is traveling around Gaia, hiding his phylacteries, if we don't stop him in this moment, there will be no stopping him ever. We must find his phylacteries and destroy them. The message also mentions the one that will know the answer where the final phylacteries are. I will put some of my scholars to work on this question. And perhaps we will know when you return where the next phylacteries will be.
Very good.
All right. I think that's a wrap. Thanks, everybody. That was a great session. That was the first time having like a live concert and like what actually looks like a cool venue for a concert. It worked out very nicely.
Coolest venue I've ever played in.
And a nat 20. I don't know. That just like
It's
good
beautiful.
vibes, everyone.
I know, that was
Everyone,
mind blowing.
everyone go buy Jewel. Buy my bags. That's the last thing I'll say tonight.
So not financial advice, but in reality, if you look at the situation, the team's not stopping building. Team's still building something. It's kind of cool.
It is.
Yes, if you
It's still
bought Jewel when it was $20, you're not doing so hot right now. But you don't lose money until you sell. So if you look at the team and look at them building, then it might be a good buy-in point. Just saying. But that's an individual decision. You need to decide whether or not you think they're going to go back.
I know. I just got a green egg yesterday, so I'm not about to fucking stop.
Good vibes, dude.
I'm like win
Hey,
pets 100%.
Rent Pen is bringing positive vibes.
I don't know
I'm feeling
how.
good.
It's a good
Love it.
weekend.
I have 130 heroes, and if anyone thinks that I'm not questing and everything, like I'm questing for a reason. I'm getting these in-game items for a reason. There's always been a reason why I'm like more engaged in the NFT side of it than I am in like the liquid asset sort of speculative investment side. I don't care about the speculative investment side. It doesn't mean anything to me. The only thing that Jewel does for me is it allows me to summon. That's it. I'm still trying to get tentacles. I'm still trying to.
Do you have any orbs? You have any orbs, Flu? I got a portal ready to go.
I don't know what it is though. I think I have an orb that's ready to summon.
We should do that later. Let's do a live stream later going for tentage.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, everyone. Thanks. My kids want me. I have
Thanks,
to go.
Johnny. Thanks,
Love you all.
everybody.
Beautiful.
Appreciate it today, bro. Thanks, everyone.